Hi guys, welcome to another video by Optionables. My name is Saket and in this video we are going to look at how to build trading systems, and we are also going to build a simple trading system using Nifty Future. Right, so we are going to start with actually gathering the data, and later we are going to clean the data, analyze the data, and using the information what we have got, we will build a trading system. So I am also going to recommend the capital you would need to execute this for proper risk management. Both risk management and position sizing both will be covered. So I hope you like this video, and if you are liking the content on this channel, please do hit the like button, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining guys. See you soon. Hi guys, welcome to another video by Optionables. So in this video, we are going to build trading systems. And when I say trading systems, I mean to say you are going to have a proper defined entry, proper defined exit, and also proper risk framework as well as position sizing. So we are going to do all this from scratch, and I'm also going to show how at Optionables we actually do this, right? So before starting off with building any system, the most important thing is you will have to have data. So for that you will have to get the data from a reliable source, and you will have to clean that data because there will be few parts which is not required. So you will have to clean that data, and later you can start analyzing. In this process of building the system, the first and the most important thing is getting the data and cleaning the data. So what we'll be doing is we are going to build a simple future trading system, right? And we are going to get the data from Yahoo Finance. Open your browser, just type in Nifty Data Yahoo Finance and go to the first link. So when you go to the first link, here you have all the data available. All you have to do is just go to the time period, and you will have to select. So we will be using the data from 2014. So just go to 2014, click on January 1 and done. Then click on apply. And once this is done, just click on download. So with this, now you have downloaded the entire data till August 5th from January 1st, 2014 for almost 7 years with a click. So all you have to do is open the CSV file, and when you open the CSV file, you see that you have all the data available here. So now we are going to use this data and try to see the patterns in the market. How exactly will the market behave? So when you're doing an intraday, how exactly will the market behave? When you're actually looking for a positional trade, how exactly will the market behave? So we have the daily data here from 2014 up until 2021, right? But the thing is, there are certain issues here, and those issues are, you can see that as I am scrolling through, you find these columns called as null. Columns and rows called as null, null, null. So when you have these strings between numbers, so all these are numbers, but there are some strings between these numbers. So when there are strings between the numbers, or when there are letters between the numbers, you can't perform mathematical operations. So I can't add these two, right? For that you will have to do some cleaning of data, which we'll be doing right now. So we know that between the data there is something called as null. So we are going to find that quickly just by pressing Ctrl F and just find null. So wherever you find null, so here we had a null, we are just going to remove this, delete this column. So next again you are going to click on find next, then delete this, next again find next, delete this. So this way so you can end up cleaning the data. I am just going to fast forward this part where I am going to delete all the null part, and we are going to get a completely clean data. So I'm just going to do that quickly, and I'll be continuing with the video. So now I have cleaned all my data, and my data is now looking good because all the days are covered, and then we have also removed the unnecessary part in the data. So here you can see that I have open, high, low, close as well as adjusted close. So we are just going to take close rates, and we are just going to remove the adjusted close and volume because we are building a very simple strategy. So we'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So now we have only 4 columns with us: open, high, low and close, right? So the thing next what we have to look for is, now we have something sort of a blank canvas, right? So you have the data, so you don't know how exactly to proceed. You can do lot of things with this data. So you can try analyzing lot of different things with this data, and we are going to see what exactly you can do. So we are first going to start with something really basic. So I'm going to show you how simple things are actually going to give you a lot of information using which you can work out strategies. So we will just do a simple calculation, that is, so we will just try to find out what is the move of Nifty from previous close to next day open. So that is all we are trying to do. We are trying to just build a very basic system where we are trying to see what is the Nifty movement from previous close to next day open. So for that, what we are going to do is a simple formula. So this is previous close to open, right? So I'll just previous close to open. So I'm going to start from this. So open minus previous close. So here we are going to get this. All you have to do is just drag it down all the way till the end of the data set. So once you drag this down, all these will get automatically filled. So now you can see that it is looking quite messy. So you don't want so many decimals over here. So you're just going to press this and try to consolidate the decimals. So now you have just calculated a simple previous close to next day open. What will be the Nifty data, right? So you have all the numbers right over here. So the numbers are not going to make any sense by themselves, because a 26 rupees or 26 point move when Nifty was at 6,000 is not equal to a 30 point move when Nifty is at 16,000. So you will have to express this data in terms of percentage always, because numbers alone are not going to make any sense. So we are just going to write a percentage column. So we are just going to convert this into percentage by dividing this number by previous close, right? So now you have a percentage, and we are going to select this entire column and make this into percentage. And once you drag this down, and since you have changed this to percentage, it will automatically get formatted. So you can see that now we have a 2 decimal format, right? So all you have done here is just divide the change in open, absolute change in open from previous close, divided by the previous close, which is going to give you a percentage number. So now you have previous close to open percentage change. So all you did is just calculate previous close to current open percentage change. And using this data, we just try to calculate what is the percentage change in previous close to current day open, right? So that is all we have done here. And using this data, we are going to actually build our system. So this part is about cleaning the data and making your data ready for analysis. So till now you just made your data ready for analysis, and now we are actually going to start our second step of actually analyzing the data. So now when we come to the second part of actually analyzing this data, I'm going to show you how you can use simple math operations and actually build a very good trading system. So what we are going to do here is, first we are just going to count the total number of days using a count function. So totally we have 1857 days worth of data, right? So what is the most simple thing we can calculate using this? We are not going to complicate this in any way. What is the most simple thing we can calculate? We are just going to calculate how many number of days the market is going to open positive and how many number of days the market is going to open negative. So this is total days, and this is positive days, and this is negative days. So this is all we are going to use, and we are trying to build the system using this data. So how do I actually calculate the number of positive days? it's pretty easy again. Just use the count function again, but this time use count if. So you're only counting if. First you will have to select the range. So as soon as you open the bracket, you get something called as range. So select this range using Control Shift down button, right? Then press a comma. So your criteria is, I'll just come up again. So your criteria here is you are going to count only if it is more than 0. So if it's more than 0, then it's a positive number, right? So you're only going to count if it's more than 0. So now you saw that totally there are 1304 days where the market has actually opened positive compared to previous close, right? And the total number of negative days is pretty simple. Just subtract total number of days with total number of positive days. So you can already see here, using this simple data, you have already gathered very good information. So now we are going to see how many number of days are actually positive in terms of percentage. That is 1304 divided by 1857 and 553 divided by 1857. So these are total positive days and these are total negative days in terms of percentage. So you can see that with a simple analysis, you have found out that 70% of the times the market is expected to open positive from previous day close, whereas only 30% of the times the market is actually expected to open negative from previous day's close. So you have already come to this conclusion just by simple counting the total number of positive days, counting the total number of days and total number of negative days. You have already come to this very good conclusion that most number of days the market is actually going to open positive, or it is actually going to go up higher than the previous day. Using this simple information, you can actually start building your trading systems. So you can actually do lot of analysis and get to know lot of things, but all I'm trying to do here is show you the simplest way of actually getting the data, analyzing it and building systems. So we will also have to look into one more thing, right? And that is average. So what if the total number of days where it opens negative is much higher than the percentage change when it actually opens positive? What I mean by that is, for example, let's say 70% of the times the market can open only 1% higher, whereas remaining 30% of the times market can actually fall 3% on an average. I'm just giving an example. Obviously, those are not the true numbers, right? So I will have to find out what are the average negative days and average positive days. What is the move expected on a positive days? What is the average move expected on the negative day? So again, I'm going to use a simple function of average if. So range is the same, Control Shift down arrow. Average range, so the criteria is nothing but if it is greater than 0. So I just changed this to percentage. So you can see here that when 70% of the days when the market is actually opening positive, the average expected move is 0.38%. So 0.38% is the average expected move on the higher side. So now when we actually calculate the negative also, what we have found out is 70% of the days when the market is opening higher, the average move is expected to be around 0.38% higher. And when 30% of the days when the market is opening lower, the average expected move is 0.44% lower. So there are not lot of differences between these numbers. So on an average, you can just conclude that 70% of the times when the market is opening higher or gap up, there is a average move of 0.4% expected. Whereas when 30% of the times when the market is opening lower, you can expect an average move of 0.4% on the downside. So just try to pause the video and think what systems or what strategies will you be using this information. So you can build a strategy on your own, something like a simple bull call spread or anything of that sort, because you know that there is a bullish bias from day to day. So from previous close to next day open, so you generally can expect to have a bullish bias. So you can just try making simple strategies using this information. You can also download the data, analyze it yourself, and build much more better systems. In this video, all we are trying to show is simple way to gather the data, analyze it, and build systems. Since we have already given lot of option systems at Optionable, so you can actually check out our channel if you're new to this video or new to this channel. So there are a lot of option strategies, system-based option strategies, which we have already given out. So today we will actually use this information to build a future strategy. You can backtest your strategy in a very simple way using applications like StockMark. So you can also check the description below. We have attached a link to StockMark in the description, so you can check that out as well. So I will be now telling the strategy which we will be backtesting, a very simple future strategy which I'll be showing you now based on what we have done, right? So all you have to do is at 15:15, that is 3:15 p.m. every day, you will have to go long on Nifty future. So Nifty future long one lot into 1, and you will be shorting 100 points in the money option. So if Nifty is trading at 15,600, then you will be shorting 15,500 call option. So you will be shorting 100 points in the money call option one lot, right? So now I will tell you the logic behind this. Why did we go long on Nifty, and why are we shorting 100 points in the money but not out of money? So the idea behind this is very simple. So I don't even have to tell you why we are going long in Nifty, because it's pretty obvious. Most of the days Nifty has opened positive. 70% of the days Nifty is usually opening positive. So which is almost the reason why you will be actually going long in Nifty. So now the question is, why are we going short in the money call option rather than out of money call option? So the idea is 100 points in the money option or 100 points out of money option is going to have the same time premium. So the time premium is going to remain more or less the same, but 100 points in the money is going to give you cushion in case of a down move, whereas 100 points out of money is not going to give you any sort of cushion. So the idea is, if Nifty is opening on an average of 0.4% on the upside, so your future is going to give you full 0.4%, whereas since there is some time premium left in the money call option, this is going to get decayed. So the idea is very simple. I am going to tell you once again. So at 15:15 or 3:15 p.m. you are going to enter one lot long in Nifty futures, and you are going to short 100 points ITM call option. So this is the very simple strategy which we are going to discuss. And when are you going to exit? So you are going to exit all of this next day 9:20 a.m. So this is all you are going to do. 3:15 p.m. on the previous day, you are going to enter one lot long in Nifty future, and you are going to also short 100 points in the money call option. We have already discussed why 100 points in the money, because the time premium is more or less going to be the same, whereas it is going to give you more cushion on the downside, right? And you are going to exit this entire leg, both the legs, exactly at 9:20 a.m. on the next day. So this is all the strategy. 3:15 entry, 9:20 exit, and you are going to go one lot long in Nifty future, 100 points in the money, one lot short in call option. So we are going to add some exclusions to this. So one exclusion is, you are not going to do this on Wednesday. So why are we picking Wednesday very specifically? Is because on Wednesday the time premium is very low for in the money options. So there will be very less premium left in the call option. So even if you don't actually do it on one day, it is absolutely fine, because the time premium is so less that the thing is, if there is a small down move, then it is going to hurt you really bad. So there is absolutely no point in doing this. So the thing is, since there's very low time premium, don't do it on Wednesday, because on other days you're going to get some high time premium, and if the market is opening range bound or slightly it is opening gap up, then there's going to be very good theta decay of this particular call option. So the thing is, we have back tested this. I'm giving you the back tested report from StockMark. I will also get it back tested from other sources, because StockMark is also not going to give you the data of Thursday. So we have just excluded Wednesday on our own, whereas StockMark is not going to give you the results of Thursday. So for that, we will have to test it separately. So right now I am going to show you the back-tested results from StockMark, and I will also be attaching the same Excel sheet in the description below. So you can see the link in the description below and you can get this Excel sheet. And the thing is, here we have formatted the Excel sheet so it's much more easier to comprehend. Just keep in mind that StockMark does not include Wednesday as well as Thursday, whereas we actually want to repeat this on Thursday using the next week option. So that is not considered in StockMark. Whereas Wednesday, we have on purpose excluded this. So I am going to get this entire strategy back tested again, because StockMark does not include this data, and I'm going to submit the report to you again. So you can see that I have opened this Excel sheet, which I'll be attaching in the description below. So you can see the strategy. I am buying one lot Nifty future, and that is monthly future obviously, and I am selling one lot call option Nifty, which is 100 points in the money. So this is the strategy I am using. I am entering at 15:15 the previous day or today, and I am exiting the same thing at 9:20 a.m. tomorrow, the next day. So when I repeat this, right? So when I repeat this over and over again, so you can see that overall, over the course of 2019, 20, 21, 3 years, just by one lot, so I'm just talking about one lot, it would have given you a profit of 2,01,948 just by doing this with one lot. So now, to be even more safer, even more conservative, you can also go buy far out of money put option in case during the days of COVID, the thing is the fall was pretty high. So on such days, that far out of money put option is actually going to help you. So you can also consider buying this far out of money put option just for extra level of safety. But the thing is, you can see that this strategy has worked out well even during the period of COVID. So the thing is, the premiums what you would have received would be very high, so it has worked out well even during COVID. So for extra level of safety, you can still go and buy another far out of money put option, something like 600 or 700 points away put options, right? So you can see that on an average daily you will end up making around 556 rupees. And since I told you Thursday and Wednesdays are excluded, you can see that average weekly profit is somewhere close to 1565 rupees. So I am considering this where you have excluded Thursday. If you include that, this is going to be much higher, maybe somewhere around 2,50,000 or 2,60,000, somewhere around that range. So Wednesdays have been excluded and Thursday StockMark is not going to take. So only by repeating this on Monday, Tuesday and Friday, you're getting this particular result. So on the days when you win, you're going to make an average of 1,600 rupees. On the days when you're going to lose, you're going to lose 1,800 rupees. And you can see that your winning probability is very close to what you have calculated, that is 70%. So you can see that everything was started from a simple data analysis, and you can see that this strategy also gives you 70%. If you maybe put in Thursday as well as Wednesday, the data is actually going to be 70%. Since we have only taken 3 days, the data is somewhere very close to 70%. And you can also see the maximum winning streak is 12 days, maximum losing streak is 5 days. So this is the overall strategy, and the return to MDD is pretty decent. 3 is very good return to MDD. That too, especially when you're not including 2 days. So this is a pretty good return to max drawdown. So 38,000 rupees is your max drawdown. Once you know this figure, and this has come for consecutive 45 days. So you have continuously lost small sums like 500,000, then you would have made 500 profit, then you would have made 2,000 loss. So this way, accumulated loss would be somewhere around 38,500 in the worst case scenario, right? So using this, I am going to give you a proper idea as to how much margin you would require to do this one particular lot. So you can see the month-wise split as well. In 2019, all days you have had profits. In 2020, January month, March month is a loss-making month. In 2021, so only June month is a loss-making month. So you can see that you have done fairly well using this simple strategy. So even during COVID, when the markets actually fell so much, so you can in March month and all, the markets actually came down so much, and you can see that the very next month you have recovered. So March it fell so much, but April you have made 18,000 and recovered whatever you lost in March. And similarly in May you have made 32,000. So actually 2020, in spite of COVID, where the market actually fell 30%, it turned out to be a very positive year for you by using this strategy. So now if you come to data, you can find individual days. As I told you, you can only find Monday, Friday as well as Tuesday. Wednesdays we have excluded it, and Thursday Stockmark is not going to show you. So I will get the data back tested from external sources, and I will be attaching the same in some days. Okay, so you can see that this data is for 75 quantity, because now Nifty future is just 50. So we are going to actually position ourselves based for 50 quantity. So this is the data is for 75 quantity of Nifty. So now what I'm going to suggest you is, first we are going to check the margin required for this, and then I'm going to suggest you what would be the ideal capital you need to have to execute this strategy. So when you come to this, you can see that we have added Nifty future buy one lot NRML and Nifty 16,150 CE short. So why 16,150 CE short? You can see that it's currently at 16,238. Like I know it's pretty hard to see this, but Nifty close is at 16,238, right? So 100 points from there, and when you round it off, you are going to get 16,150. So this is going to be 100 points in the money call option. So this is currently trading at 147. And I have gone long in one lot of Nifty future. So this would be the total margin that you would require to execute one lot. That is 1,22,763, right? But the thing is, even if you have 1,50,000, don't execute this. So I'm going to tell you what would be the margin required for you to actually execute this. The recommended margin. So to actually execute this, you just need 1,22,000. But I am going to tell you what is the capital that you should have to execute this strategy. This is the recommendation. So I am not trying to tell you that you should minimum have this. It's just a recommendation for extra level of safety. So now I am going to show you the recommended margin, or I'm going to tell you the recommended margin. So you can see that the max drawdown what we have as per Excel sheet is 38,000 rupees. That is, from this point till this point, it's been 38,000 rupees. So this has lasted for 45 days. So the thing is, you can see that the movement or the P&L curve is going to be wavery. So you're going to have profit one day, loss one day, profit one day, loss one day. So when you have continuous losses, so for example, let's say you have profit, then you have a big loss, then slight profit, big loss, slight profit, big loss, slight profit, big loss. So then let's say you have a big profit and so on. So this is how your usual graph looks like. So from this point to the lowest point, you have lost around 40,000 rupees, right? So this is during COVID times, which is one-off time. So you're not going to see this happen every day, right? So the thing is, in the worst case scenario, till now, you have lost 40,000 rupees. So the thing here is, we know the max loss or max drawdown has been 40K, but this 40K is for 75 quantity. But right now, Nifty is just around 50 quantity, right? So the lot size of Nifty is just around 50 quantity. So when we adjust this 40K for 50 quantity, it is going to be somewhere around 26,000 as your max loss. 26K would be your max loss. So what you are going to do is you are going to make sure that this 26k is somewhere around 10% of your overall capital. Because not 10k, 10% of your overall capital. So this is what we recommend, having 10% of this as the max drawdown, which means you will require a capital of somewhere close to 2.6 lakh per lot to execute. So this is what you're trying to do, and in the worst case scenario you're going to have a max drawdown of 10% only. So if you're little more risk taking, you can actually execute it for lesser capital as well. So I am telling this for a very conservative trader. So if you're little more risk taking, even if you have 2 lakh, you can execute 1 lot. So if you're even more willing to take even more risk, you can execute it for 1.5 lakh itself. But when you execute it for 1.5 lakh, instead of 10%, your max drawdown is going to be 20%. And 20% is also pretty decent. It is, Nifty itself corrects 20%. There's absolutely no harm in having a 20% drawdown, because few stocks themselves correct 20%. Some stocks fall 20% in a day. So it's absolutely fine to have this. So the thing is, if you're a conservative investor, we would still recommend to go ahead with 10% as your max drawdown. So 26,000 is your adjusted drawdown for 50 quantity. So we would recommend to go ahead with 2.5 lakh. So it's, even though it's 2.6, you can still go ahead with 2.5 lakh per lot. If you're little more risk taking, then you can definitely go ahead with something like 1.75 lakh per lot, which is a very decent return, 60% in 3 years without compounding. So your max risk is just somewhere around 10%, whereas you have got a return of somewhere close to 60%, which is a very decent return. Maybe if we include Thursday, this can become something like 2,51,000, and this number is also going to be higher. So the thing is, now this is going to be, if you're using 2 lakh, it is going to be somewhere close to 80% in 3 years, 2019, 20 and 21. So with that, we come to the end of this video. So we saw how we can actually gather data, analyze the data, and start building trading systems. And I really hope you guys have liked this particular video, and also you have liked the strategy which we had discussed. So you can start gathering data, analyzing it, and you can start backtesting your own strategies, and you can come up with some great strategies of your own. I guess you have got to learn something from this. Always make sure that you size your positions right, because that is the most important thing. Just because you can do it with lesser capital doesn't mean that you have to do it with lesser capital. One more recommendation is, just for extra level of safety, you can still end up buying a far out of money put option. So that is one more recommendation. So with that, we also come to the end of this video. And if you are liking the content on this channel, please do hit the like button, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining, guys. See you soon in the next video.